That's why each artist has been a little bit confusing. And I wish the hard part 6 was going against Meet the Grams. I don't know if I could do that, but this is like a battle. I don't know if we necessarily have rules like that. Well, let's put the two club joints against each other, Not Like Us against Family Matters, and let's put the Grams versus the hard part 6. This is how I'm gonna score him, okay? I'm gonna put an X by the winner of each round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 5 rounds. Again, you could whether or not to count this first round, but we're gonna do it just for argument's sake. Like that, let's give it an X, okay? Even though I think First Person Shooter is a more lyrical song, I think J. Cole, even though we want to Cole or whatever the case is, I think he's had one of the best verses of the last year on First Person Shooter. But basically, he didn't stand on shit. That was inciting shit, popping shit. It made a great moment, so we're gonna give Like That the win. All right. Push-Ups versus Euphoria. In my personal opinion, Euphoria is a slow song. It takes a while for you to get into the shit. Not gonna lie, that third verse where the beat really gets aggressive, I do think Kendrick goes crazy. I do think Kendrick overall delivered a good conceptual diss, but I'm gonna be honest with you, my nigga, like, if I gotta listen for 3-4 minutes to hear what you mad about, nigga, I'm sorry, dog. Push-Ups was right to the point, violating all type of niggas. Metro, shut your bitch ass up and make some drums, nigga. I'm sorry. I'm giving Push-Ups the win versus Euphoria, even though I still think Euphoria is a fire song. Okay, let's go to the next round. This is only my opinion. Y'all could go with y'all opinion. Y'all could make the same list and y'all could have whatever song versus whatever. I'm trying to put shit that makes sense against each other. And the only two switches I made, I put Not Like Us versus Family Matters and the hard part 6 versus Meet the Grams. Okay. Next thing. Tailor-Made Freestyle versus 616 in LA. I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all all know I've been a very huge proponent and favorite. I really like Tailor-Made Freestyle. At that time, we gotta think about the time, okay? I don't know how this is gonna age, but if you were present in that time when people thought that Kendrick might not respond and Drake was really seeming super aggressive, like, yo, what's good, where's the battle? Him dropping a really creative song using AI when people thought the initial disses may have been AI and we heard some other diss songs that were AI that we realized weren't the artists. He utilized AI to change his voice to two legendary people from the West Coast to kind of give Kendrick a pep talk to kind of engage. Very creative, very lyrical. I liked it. Some people didn't like it, but I liked it. 616 in LA. I'm going to be honest with you. I do think 616 in LA kind of was that shit. You feel what I'm saying? It was a timestamp record, beat Drake at his own, even though Drake tried to beat Kendrick at his own game with like a AI Dr. Dre beat. I think Kendrick did an amazing job on 6 LA, and I'm going to go with 616 in LA. So if we're up to this point, I got it Kendrick 2, Drake 1. Here's the next one. We got Family Matters versus Not Like Us. Now, here's the thing, and this is why it was important for me to switch them. Because if it's Family Matters versus Meet the, right? I'm going sequentially and chronologically. Family Matters is a song that's a club type bop, but it has 3 inches. Meet the, it has about 3 or 4 verses, but I believe it's an Alchemist beat. It's like a little eerie beat. They're not in the same tempo. They're just very different songs. Maybe we should do that because I don't want to rewrite the battle. Actually, yeah, let me do that. Let's do that, right? Let's put Meet the Grams back up here, and let's put Not Like Us because we're gonna go sequentially, right? So Family Matters versus Meet the Grams. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm rocking with Meet the Grams. I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why. First and foremost, Drake planted evidence that Kendrick used to create Meet the Grams. Yo, you got a kid, blah, blah, blah. He sent the nigga off of the also Family Matters that changes the drill beat in the middle is fire. The same joint that Kendrick kind of pops out to, or he makes mention on Euphoria saying he's at New Hope King, blah, blah. Yo, Drake pulls up there saying the van, even though it's not the same van, the replica of the Good Kid, Mad grabs it, crushes one of them bitches, right? He puts, like, we ain't even get into the full, like, in there. Yo, the ring he holds up at the end is almost, even though it's the same ring, but it's supposedly meant to symbolize the ring. Kendrick's baby mama, Whitney, basically saying, yo, listen, that ring you gave her like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, nigga, I got it now, nigga. You ain't married that chick at all, right? Further poking into whatever situations they got. Again, I'm rocking with Family Matters over Meet the Grams. And if we're at that point, remember, it's 5 rounds so far. There's 10 songs. Like That, Kendrick. Push-Ups, Drake. 616, Kendrick. Family, Drake. Then we get to this last round. We got Not Like Us versus The Hard Part 6. I'm gonna not vote on this round because both their songs are very new and we just got the Hard Part 6. But I'll definitely tell you right now, everybody know I like this Not Like Us record. I think it's a outside record, and I'll even go so far to say I believe one of the reasons Drake had to respond so quickly with the Hard Part 6 is because Not Like Us is kind of giving me the vibes of what Back to Back did. It's the first diss song and all this shit that we're seeing outside activations, niggas, clubs, niggas turning. You know what I mean? And Back to Back came out. I see people videos of them, little whores in the street, and they showing the crowd. And every time there was with Back to Back, it was like, yo, is that a world tour? Oh, back to like, yo, this shit was going crazy. Yo, I got my man Elliot Wilson on the check-in. Elliot!
Yo, I sent you DJ Head's number.
Hey, okay, nah, thank you and much appreciated. Hey, while I have you on here, can I just get your real quick thoughts? By the way, you know we're on stream. Can I get your real quick thoughts on everything going on?
Well, as DJ Head was saying, we did a little test pilot today, trying to do the daily hip hop debate vibe.
Okay.
With me, Jeremy Hex from Hip Hop DX, and DJ Head, obviously. So, you know, he came with his West Coast hoodie. I wore my Scorpion jacket, and we went at it, man. You know
wait, you were Team Aubrey.
You know, I'm always Team Aubrey, man. Even though, you know, the boy might not love me anymore, but, you know, I mean, he's number one in my book. But I gotta say, man, so I'll give you the real. Like, this is obviously was taped this morning, so I didn't hear this song that just came out. I actually am very disappointed in this song. I think that
Really?
Yeah, I just think that, like, the problem I've had with Drake with this whole thing is that he refuses to view Kendrick as a worthy opponent. He still keeps little broing him like we're in the best days. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's legit. I say in the thing that he needs to, you know, deliver bars and go at him. He had at that time before this record came out, he hadn't even made a record about Kendrick, direct to Kendrick yet. He's all about airing everyone out who's going against him. Obviously, there's a whole movement, and Metro orchestrated a lot of it, right? But, you know, I just think he has this thing with Kendrick, and it goes back to even when we did The Crown back in the day, where it's like he views Kanye as the measuring bar. He doesn't get why Kendrick is so big and why people love him so much and the type of music he makes and the success he has. He doesn't connect to it.
Well, isn't it like, you know, mutual? It doesn't feel like Kendrick, like, if I'm listening to Kendrick
I think a lot of people don't like Drake, but they all respect him. You can't not respect the boy because of what he's done.
Do you think Kendrick respects him?
Huh?
Do you think Kendrick respects him? Because I'm listening to Kendrick.
I think he respects him. He does. I think, and I also don't buy the narrative when people just want Drake and not the Drake that people love some of those AM/PM records to me. Like, hey, like he needs to just sing type shit. I think that's bullshit. Also, like, we hear Drake barring people up. Drake rapper. Kendrick is a great rapper. Drake AM/PM song, whatever the fuck. I think Kendrick acknowledges a great record and enjoy. I think a lot of some of Kendrick's content, like a Mr. Morale, To Pimp a Butterfly, I don't think Drake necessarily connects to it. I mean, this is all my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. I'm sorry. Hey, real quick for everybody who's watching, I see some comments saying, "Who is this?" We got Elliot Wilson on the check-in. Literally, pretty much, if we're gonna really think about journalism and hip hop, he's probably the GOAT. Like, you know, the OGs of OGs, a guy who, again, his knowledge and also credentials and what he's actually done. Probably also the guy, even career-wise, he has the most Drake conversations.
The greatest Drake interview.
Well, I think you've had the most post-Drake interviews, if we really on a cumulative level as well, and also like
until I fucked that up, Big Ag.
Well,
messed it up.
Well, listen, no one's got one since then, so we don't know. You can't fuck. You can't fuck up something that's not existent. But okay, all right. Two things that I do want to kind of throw back to you. So a lot of people accuse me. They're like, "Yo, Ak, you're like Team Drake, and you're like biased." And I've told people like that's my favorite rapper, right? You know what I mean? I can imagine it was probably difficult for you to cover certain shit coming up when Jay-Z is like Jay-Z's been the favorite for a lot of people, right? And
exactly.
What I've said in response is that, I think a lot of media, and you're an OG of the OGs. And by the way, if you guys don't know, I'm not on Everyday Struggle without my man, Elliot Wilson. Elliot Wilson has shown me nothing but love. And
I crowned you number one in hip hop media today. I gave you the crown. You saw that, right?
Hey, listen, I've seen
you're number one. You're number one. Say it with your chest. And I love Mouse, but you're number one right now. You got it. You're number one.
Hey, listen, I've realized that, and not as me being number one. I've realized that the platform and what it means in this issue, I feel is bigger than me, and I'm not. I won't take this moment to gloat or anything else. This moment is about the culture.
You're turning this shit into Act Center and shit, and fucking having us call in and you're a fucking brilliant dude. Very smart.
Yeah. No. It's more about the culture more than me. I get on my big ass shit when necessary, but I do know.
My dog Wildin', sorry.
Yeah. No. I do know that this moment doesn't happen if everybody collectively in the culture doesn't do their part to kind of almost bring music to the forefront. And I could never take. I don't care what it. I just can't take credit.
What makes me upset tonight is I love every record that's come out in this battle, and I count even the Buried Alive, Drake doing Buried Alive. I think that's slept on. I think all 10 records, I think there's 9 or 10 before tonight's record, I love all those records. I think everyone has done their part. I think this is hip-hop's greatest battle. Time will tell. I think it's hip-hop's greatest battle. It's Jay and Nas in the modern era, where you have to worry about, having salacious content and how people are going to do memes about it. And I see all these, OVO Ho, Michael Jackson. I hate that part of it. I don't care about hidden children. I don't care about none of that shit. Is nasty to me. What I like is, the strategies, the outmaneuvering, the cleverness. And, Drake has allowed Kendrick to outclass him in that sense of the timestamp record, of the back-to-back drop of stepping on the family moment after he called it a kill shot with the Denzel. He's outmaneuvered him so far. Now, it's not over, but the problem also, the energy of how the outro of that record is, it makes it seem like he doesn't want to engage anymore. And people are running with that, saying he waved the white flag. He clearly did not do that, but it plays into the narrative that he doesn't view Kendrick as a worthy opponent. He even says it in it. And I think he has to stop taking that approach.
Hey, by the way, I'll and definitely I'm gonna hit DJ Head, and me and him we can argue it out. But
thank y'all. He's a well-respected DJ in the West Coast, and obviously he has the affiliations, and he has his biases. But and that's what we tap into this in the bigger picture thing that I have coming up on YouTube soon on Brock's Hip Hop DX is, what does that mean? Why does it seem that the West Coast is so united, right? What is that pride that they have? What is the unification that's there? Why is that? What makes that unique and what makes that special? And does Kendrick really not like Drake? And so we tap into all those issues and have a really deep conversation about that. That's really good.
Hey, I resent the idea that he's waving a white flag. He's ready to tap out. The reason why
he did not give up. No, he did not.
The reason why, if I was going to think that on Family Matters, he literally says, "I'm about to go on vacation," meaning almost, "Hey, I'm done with this." And if you're going to have that thought, you would have had that thought then. The mere fact that he returns with the hard part 6, that and you've heard it, it's clearly either written or at least edited in the last day to reference the drop from last night.
Yeah. I think Joe Budden jumped on it, revealed it in a sense. I'm sure they had certain, ideas of what they wanted to do, and then you can go in and tweak a couple of bars, right, to make it more relevant. The skeleton of the track was already cooked up. There's no way, Meet the Grams was cooked up immediately after that record came out. He had that, he had the information, and then you tweak certain lines to show that you're really literally responding to the record before, which is brilliant. There's nothing wrong with that. That's MCing, that's craftsmanship. each guy challenged each other and took time off, and you gave them a clock, you gave everybody a clock, and then people would basically respond. So that all of that is great. And again, I loved every move of this battle so far until tonight. I didn't like this move tonight. I didn't like him. The mustard shit is undeniable. Even he hints at that he would like that as a bop. Like you said it. You had the great thing of me. Like I don't like the lyrics, and I don't like those allegations and all that bullshit. But it's a bop, and it's a smart strategic move when you make such a dark record or a sinister kind of vibe to then go to that, and the record just feels so West Coast, and it's like it doesn't even have to be a national hit. If forever will be a regional hit, and it gives the West Coast the backing, to go behind Kendrick. What we love about Drake, I think, is that Drake runs around like the Jay-Z, where he wants to be the leader of our culture, and he carries that. He said it in our interview about what makes him different than K-Dot and Cole. He wants to be the guy. He's proven to be the guy time and time again. He's battle tested. He's our guy. No one can deny that he, to me, is number one. But Kendrick, we're not used to seeing Kendrick active. We're not used to seeing Kendrick drop records like this. We're not used to seeing, you said it there, he inspired Kendrick, Jay made the same mistake with Nas. He kicked Nas when Nas was down. He kicked Nas when Nas was coming off Nostradamus, which was like the fourth album that no one really connected to. He had issues with his mom. And Jay, was finally feeling his oats that I'm the king of New York. Biggie's gone, it's me. I'm the guy. And he picked on Nas, and it backfired because Nas ended up, ether and resurrected his career and had a whole another run of his career. So you have to respect in a battle your opponent. You can't not think your opponent is worthy. Kendrick is a worthy opponent to Drake, and if he starts approaching it that way, I think our guy will come out on top. But right now, I do have Kendrick in a significant lead.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I had him in the lead after last night. He might still be in the lead. I gotta really think.
It's a draw for you, Big Act.
It's really close. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Also, like I like that he finally brought him up, but you don't feel that bite that we love the boy. There's not that like sharpness in the. Listen to those verses. He's not getting to it yet.
Okay, all right. So
you feel me?
Okay, so let me ask you this question then, right?
Get to it.
Let me ask you this question, right? I feel like I can tell you're a real Drake fan, right? Because I know what bark and that sharpness you're talking about, but if I'm to believe
it's cleverly written what he just put out, but it doesn't have that Drake bite.
Yeah, it's like people are expecting "Do Not Disturb" Omerta. We're thinking about we're really thinking that, and I don't know if Drake could write that in a day.
He could write it when, you said?
I don't think he could write it in a day. And I'm thinking there was a lot of bars penned late night last night and early today to get it recorded to drop today. And he's probably, if we want one of those from him, we probably gonna have this. Kendrick sat 17 days before he dropped anything. I think Drake is trying to now capitalize on, all right, nigga, I'll take your strategy, because that's really my strategy. As soon as you drop, I'll drop. But you won't get that legendary, 6 p.m. New York, 4 a.m. or these hibernates. I'm up with you. I like this record. You couldn't let it last 2 weekends. No way. You can't. And by the way, here's my thing. This is my own think Drake should again, because that record's starting to activate. You can't let it go unchallenged before another weekend, because it will turn into something else.
I agree with you, because we know Kendrick is teasing things out. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it feels like he's unifying everybody. Everybody from TV, he's no longer even with TV, but they're activated as if he just signed to the label. From Top on Top to Absol to Schoolboy to J-Rock. So what if he pulls a Black Hippie thing, right? He does some great record. And it's not even a Drake diss, but it's just a great hip-hop record. It's a posse cut, and Kendrick brought Black Hippie back together. That's a win.
Hey, you watch so many historic beefs and battles go down, Pac and Big, Jay and Nas, and just so many different issues that has been, at least dealt with to some level on wax. I'm watching how this is unfolding today. Like, yo, this morning I told people I said I couldn't sleep. I'm waking up, not necessarily cold sweats, but like I'm checking my phone, and the niggas from the West Coast is burning up my line. And what they're also telling me is that
they're excited out here, big guy.
Yeah, what they're also telling me is that this record is like kind of almost reuniting the coast. And then I almost look at it where, you know, obviously, like, we clearly would never want like some East-West shit again, because obviously because of it before. But it's like there's a conglomerate, and like I feel like Kendrick is representing the coast while Drake is kind of just standing alone. We don't even see any artists next to him.
Yeah.
We see like, I see Roddy Ricch tweet out, yo, Compton's up, Crody. Like, I see Mustard say, yo, I had to hold it down for the West. Like, I feel like Drake is kind of in, like, of course he got like his team of like great producers, Boy One, but it's kind of like a man without an island, a man without a country a little bit. It's like,
no, and also I think
it's going against the whole West, it feels.
Also, what I think you're hitting at is that, look, sometimes these things can get personal and get escalated, and real life tragedies can happen. So there is a concern there. I'm not of the mind when people say, well, this is just going to stay on wax. Like, we're all grown men, but it's unfortunately, that hasn't been our history in hip-hop, right? So I have those concerns. You know, I think me and Head spoke about that in our thing, the bigger picture. So I think I'm a good segue to call him next. Because, you know, people do move a certain way, right? And certain lines get crossed, and you keep this personal side of it. You know, that's the thing I hate, too. I hate that, like, it feels like the post-Pusha T moment that you have to have this secret unveiling in your content, or else, you know, it's not an effective diss or a battle. Like, I don't like that part, you know? And whether the guy has a daughter or not, or whose father is the daughter of this, like, I don't care about that part. Like, I care about the content itself outside of that. And yeah, I think there's real life concerns if it continues to escalate, continues to get crazy. It is inspiring to me. I mean, I think we're all inspired as hip hop fans to just see Kendrick so active, you know. But again, there is a love for Kendrick in the West Coast. He's their king, he's their leader, he's their guy, and it's energized the city. So you know, it has to be watched.
All right, man. Listen,
I'm on the big axe stream, baby, the king of media, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, listen. This stream belongs to the people, and this is why I'm serious. I've been telling people.
Mad at me about that Meek Mill shit anymore, but we're cool again, right? I got mad at me. I tried to check one of Meek Mill shit. He broke up with me, but you're back with me.
No. I was never mad at you about it, but I had to, like, you know. I'm always respectful to my OG, but I had to ignore you on that one. I'd be like, yo, man, like you ain't seen this other thing.
I respect the big guy. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, no, I've been trying to get different voices on here to balance out the conversation. Because you know, number one, there's so many other people like yourself that are hip hop historians that have contributed, that have covered, and really, done the narrative of hip hop as a culture for the last.
And I love like you giving Carl Terry light too, because people know Carl. I mean,